Joining us now is Steve, and he has an extraordinary journey, including the loss of his son, and we're here to bring light and awareness to those facing those types of challenges, but we're also going to be celebrating Steve because he's just a really cool guy. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So we got to meet in an extraordinary way because we were at this event, and you were there, and you handed me your business card, and I noticed it right away because it was a what?
It was a baseball card, which happened to be Mark McGwire.
And I told you that I grew up in St. Louis, that I worked for the baseball Cardinals. I did all their music videos on their scoreboard for a few years. I got so elated. I said, I want to know you. And then we got a chance to learn a little bit more about one another. So you work in banking. You work at Webster Bank?
Webster Bank, correct.
Okay. And what do you do there?
So I'm a managing director. I work with small business owners.
Okay. And when you saw our green room here, which is like a very eclectic grouping of things, it was a little bit of sensory overload for you.
Yeah. It was. There's a lot going on back there.
A lot going on back there.
It's nice.
So that's why I do what I do, and you do what you do, because I don't even balance my checkbook. Okay, I'm just being honest. I don't. I know about how much money's in there, but then give or take, right? But then you told me a very touching story, and you shared with me that your son Harrison had passed away. So can you talk to us a little bit about him and your family, your wife, your daughter?
Sure. My son was born in February of 2014. Unbelievable, gorgeous little boy. And we noticed fairly early on that he was a little behind his peers. We had him evaluated and found out that he was autistic on the spectrum. He was high functioning. He was an unbelievable boy, very unique. And we went through that journey of learning about special needs, learning about programs, and all that Long Island has to offer, which is a lot.
Now, didn't your wife also have some sort of connection to working with people that had special needs, or was that before Harrison was born or after?
The timing is a little foggy.
Okay.
I have a little PTSD, so dates
okay.
and everything are hard to put together. But yes, she went to Adelphi and got her master's in special education and was a special education teacher.
So you were blessed with Harrison, and then also a second child?
We did. We had a second child, which also had her unique skills. She was in a hurry to come to the world and was born at 29 weeks and spent 54 days in the NICU at Good Sam. And now you wouldn't even know. She's probably the tallest in her class. She just graduated kindergarten.
Oh, congratulations on that.
You.
I had someone just graduate as well, but he graduated from high school.
Yeah.
But I did take out his kindergarten graduation picture and I displayed it, properly, so that everybody could enjoy that day. So I'm happy for you that you were celebrating that. When you lost Harrison in a automobile accident, correct? Can you share just briefly about that day, as much as you're comfortable with?
Sure.
Okay.
It's tough thinking back, but it was a normal day. My wife was actually preparing for an interview, a second interview. I had a busy day at work. They went out, my two kids, my cousin, my aunt, and their three kids, and had a great day. Went to a farm, went to a park. On the way home, unfortunately, we're in this terrible accident. They were able to revive my son. Everyone was pretty banged up in the car, but unfortunately there was no brain activity. So, my wife and I made the decision to donate his organs, which the three recipients we believe are still doing very well. But so he's living on in a few individuals out there.
It's still recent. It hasn't really been that long.
No, it's come, this August will be 2 years.
It'll be 2 years. And when we were there at that business meeting, I said to you, walk with me, right? And I brought you over to another special friend of mine that had also tragically lost somebody special in his life. It's a club that nobody wants to be in. No one ever wants to lose a child. So I am sincerely sorry for your loss, but I'm also very grateful to you. There was another accident, a high school friend of mine, her grandson recently passed away in a tractor trailer accident in Missouri. There's no words of condolence, But why I wanted to have you on, Steven, is the fact that right now you and your wife are doing something very loving in Harrison's memory that is going to make a difference in other people's lives. So can you tell us about your golf outing and the steps you're taking that are helping you a little bit with the grief, but also, honoring him in a way that helps his journey live on?
Absolutely. So as a lot of nonprofits, they're born out of tragedy, and it is. I read somewhere that after a tragedy, you can be as productive as you'll ever be in your life because you put all this energy, and it is it helps with grieving. So we created Harrison's Trail. We actually first, with the help of some of my networking partners and Accountants Resource Group, created a scholarship in Harrison's name in Sachem, our local school district. And then we created Harrison's Trail as a way to fund the scholarship annually, as well as give back to other nonprofits that focus on special needs.
When will you be having that?
So August 21st is our first outing. Still looking for sponsors, but we're actually very close to selling out on golfers.
Wonderful.
Which is exciting. We're just about 120 golfers, which is great.
Is there a favorite stuffed animal or a favorite thing of your son's that that's something special to you that you hold on to? So
we nicknamed him Monkey because he had about 7 stuffed monkeys. But we have a box of memories, and one of the monkeys is sitting right on top of it.
I also wanted to send my heartfelt love to your wife. I know that you're here on behalf of both of you as a couple, and I thank you for joining us. Is there a way that someone sadly in your shoes could learn more about opening up a nonprofit organization? Did you go to a website, or what was that process like in case somebody in our audience wants to do something for their family member?
So I'm blessed to have a very great and large professional network. So I leaned on a few of the CPAs and attorneys I know that helped me out through the way. And there's phenomenal resources out there that anyone can gain access to through business development corporations, and there's always someone willing to help. So you just put it out there, and certainly I'm always willing to help anyone I can.
And I guess for me, on behalf of my own self and my own family, this is you can share your time, your talent, or your treasure. So I have this platform, and I was I've always wanted it to be used for good. So I thank you for that, because I know that we're going to be touching many families here with your story. And thank you very much for
Greatly
being.
Appreciate it.
I'm really, really, really glad that you're here. Thank you. Please stay tuned for more. If you can, reach out to Steven. If you're a big corporate sponsor and you want to make a difference, you could make a difference right here. But if there's somebody in your community, even if it's, bringing them a hot meal, or, bringing them blankets when it's cold, or just remembering that child's birthday or that, adult's birthday, it really does make a difference. And as always, I sincerely thank you for watching my show. Thanks.